Mr. McBeth, the Ukrainian army last week took back control of the key southern city of Kherson. How do you see the war unfolding after the liberation of Kherson? Is Ukraine now dictating the terms of the military conflict?
I think they are. Ukraine has been very good at what's called shaping the battlefield, where they're able to force the adversary to react to things and set them up for follow on attacks.
Russia launched waves of airstrikes on Ukraine Tuesday, targeting 10 regions, including the capital of Kyiv, hitting energy facilities and other infrastructure, as well as residential buildings in Kyiv. How is it that Ukraine doesn't have the capacity to stop these rocket attacks? What can it do to stop the attacks on its infrastructure?
Yes, Russia did conduct several attacks yesterday inside Ukraine. It is very difficult to shoot down cruise missiles because cruise missiles tend to fly very low to the ground, so they don't get picked up by radar until they're almost on top of you. Russia was most likely targeting things like power plants, so odds are Ukraine moved a lot of their air defenses to infrastructure like power plants or bridges. They need to keep the power on because it is going to start getting cold in Ukraine.
Now that Russia has retreated from Kherson, what is going to happen on the Eastern Front? What are Russia's plans?
That's a really good question. I think what's next is both sides are going to dig in, both south of the Dnieper River and in the east. Winter fighting is extremely difficult. You use more fuel because your vehicles need more fuel, or you're running the vehicles in order to stay warm. People need more calories. So everything is harder in winter. Oh, and you're getting cold weather injuries. Soldiers are outside, they're cold, they're wet, they get frostbite, they get trench foot, they have to get evacuated back to a hospital. So everything's harder in the winter. What I believe is going to happen is that both sides are going to dig in again, and it's going to be an artillery war. I don't really foresee any major attacks in the east.
In terms of U.S. support, the United States has sent 20 high mobility artillery rocket systems to Ukraine, and they have reportedly played a very important role in the liberation of Kherson. Even the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that HIMARS missiles are changing the course of the war against Russia. But going forward, can we see introduction of new weapons to Ukraine?
It might be possible that new HIMARS missiles, longer range HIMARS missiles, are given to Ukraine. It also might be possible that more HIMARS systems are delivered. I don't know the timetable of that because the United States doesn't have very many HIMARS systems themselves. We might also see the introduction of Patriot missiles crewed by American or NATO forces inside of Ukraine, especially after the incident that happened on Tuesday, where either a Russian cruise missile landed in Poland or an errant Ukrainian S-300 missile landed in Poland. Either way, something exploded in Poland, and it happened because of this war. So if we introduce a no-fly zone inside Ukraine, that'll help prevent debris from falling on Poland, either accidentally or intentionally. Or if we introduce Patriot missiles on the border, again, that will help us intercept any kind of Russian systems that are coming in, or even an errant Ukrainian S-300 missile that flew into Poland's borders.